Hello.
Among
Welcome.
Us.
Fuck. Welcome to, I guess, a small review and also a base tour of Liminal Industries pack. I have um 5.37 days. What is that? About 130 hours.
Okay, that's actually less than I thought.
Yeah. That's quite a lot for us sticking on mod pack though. We are currently waiting on our last craft to actually beat the run. It's just taking a minute. So just want to walk around and show the complete mess that we've made. Um, Starting here, this is the room that we first set up in because this cube is awesome. And
We've had to rebuild the cube multiple times because of
yes,
water accidents.
yes, if you pour water near the cube, it breaks, which is very sad. Unavoidable consequences of our actions.
Cube of Theseus.
Mm-hmm. Um, we mostly kind of move stuff out of here. One thing that I see a lot of Liminal Industries other playthroughs do that we didn't is that they find a large room and they set up their base in that large room only. We did not do that because there were not very many large rooms near where we spawned. So we are really spread out on some very low ceiling rooms, and you'll see how that went for us. So yeah, this auto cutting machine is really the only thing of note that's over here. Also, this actually is our main Eidolon setup. And that's really it over here. And then you should see, okay, so that's our nether portal.
Oh yeah, another portal in the shitty little hole.
Yeah, I think we put this here back when we cared more about aesthetics, but quickly it kind of fell apart. So the only modification we did to the entire mod pack is we disabled channels on the cables because that is just like not logistically possible unless you do like a single large room base setup. We found like it was just like such a pain, like in a way that just wasn't fun anymore to try and like juggle cables and whatnot. We did play with with channels for. We stopped at like 3 play sessions ago. We switched to infinite channels,
Yeah.
right? So we spent a really long time playing legitimately for the channels, but it was just too much.
We were having to do some really you're gonna see the remnants of our spaghetti.
Yeah, a lot of very strange cabling decisions have happened because of channels, even though we don't use channels anymore. Like this beautiful double L shape here because that was two dense lines that I didn't want interconnecting. So this is kind of like our first major industry room, and holy shit, it's so bad.
You know, I've gotten really desensitized to it because I live here, but it's like taking a date back to your room and you forgot to clean.
Yeah, so there's the original Tinker's filter setup. It's now specifically just set up to autocraft wires when needed. Just kind of found out that was a lot faster than using Create for wires. This is the infusing factory setup. I don't know if it's just this specific mod cap or like this Minecraft version's mechanism setup, but like I just had so much trouble getting mechanism to behave with applied energistics. So this is my compromise for the infusing factories, where each infuse type is its own dedicated machine. I overbuilt this also, but that's fine. We don't worry about it. So this is a setup I did today, so it's really half-assed. Is that it's oxidizing osmium into gas, and then the 2 machines that use osmium gas, and you can see we've used this so little that I've never even bothered to set a vent for this. This is the quantum string setup. Also half-assed in the last second because it's one of the last things to do in this mod pack. This is the carpet dust setup. You'll see what we did with our reality frames. Don't worry about it. But we never set up.
We've been
manually moving this carpet dust drawer. Our general and power setup. This is 2 dynamos that are just kind of here for moral support because they do absolutely nothing compared to. We were briefly exploring forms of power that weren't create steam. So I made these dynamos for that, and then I kind of just left them set up because they're not really harming anything. We're making so much of bottles of enchanting and lava. The whole gas separation setup. and
Oh, I
purification
didn't
refugees.
realize you put it here next to this thing. Oh my
this thing, which I
god.
hate. God, I spent like an hour trying to make it so like I could get like to pulse on when we needed it, and I just like got so pissed at it that I just let it go. Like I don't care anymore. It's background noise.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this base is a lot of like I don't care anymore. This is our keg setup. I think I based this off of a schematic, but I didn't actually use a schematic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said you found something to base this off of.
Yeah, I think I just used the funnel into upper and the chute setup from a schematic, but the rest of this I kind of built by hand just because I think the schematic I saw wasn't using E2 at all. I think this is a really clever way of handling the weird thing that these kegs have that I feel like is a bug where you can't have more than a stack of the item that duplicates itself in the keg. So the two funnels split the items evenly between them, so it always takes one and puts it back into the keg, and then the rest goes into the store. This is our... so we never... so we're running off of creosote oil for our power, which you can hear in the corner, instead of like upgrading or doing literally anything else, because we never automated crude oil.
We live so far from the nearest crude oil.
Our scene
and like
is really bad.
You've seen how cramped our roofs are? Like, getting trains in and out of the nether, even small trains, would be nightmarish.
Yeah. So no trains. We never do trains. We never automated crude oil. We never touched frog ports or any form of, like, create digital storage. We kind of just... We toughed it out with, just, like, normal, like, chests until we got to 82. So we just scaled up our coke ovens as we need more creosote oil. Normal.
Yeah, there's the creosote oil and the buffer in the back there.
Yeah. Over here is just the various immersive engineering setups. The fermenter, which we don't use very much. The mixer, which is currently broken, but I just can't care. I can't care anymore. It just started doing this, and I can't do it anymore. So, this is our entire Botania setup. Grant did all the Botania stuff, so it could explain it better than I could.
Yeah, so we started over here with a classic Endoflame, open crate dropping flammables for the Endoflames. So that's what this all is, and then these two mana spreaders, can be aimed at as we need to craft things with them. Eventually, we needed to make a lot more mana a lot quicker for stuff like Terra Steel and opening the portal and everything. I don't know why the portal is still open, by the way. I disconnected it.
They love it so much, they don't want to close the door.
So instead, we have these two Gormarilises. Currently, they're not getting fed, but I can flip the switch to feed them really quick.
Okay, I see what's going on, yeah. Another jank AE2 setup. This should be a 1x2 drawer, and it's not.
we just have not gotten around to fixing it, basically.
So sometimes it jams, so we need to, like, unclog it. It's fine.
But yeah, we've got a bunch of Bergamutes here, so we don't have to listen to the Gormarilises eat as loudly. And then there's a hovering hourglass and an animated torch, just making a basic T flip-flop for these droppers, which alternate between feeding it stuffed potatoes and barbecue on a stick, because they're really high food items, so they generate a lot of mana. And then, there's two mana spreaders over here connected to each Gormarilis, and they can be shifted around to aim at these different mana spreaders to fill the mana pools up as needed.
Yeah. This is a XP duper. I saw this on, I think, the Liminal Industries Discord, and it never got patched, so whatever. So I believe the way this works is that packages just have a chance to drop experience when they break. So you just infinitely package and unpackage some cobblestone, and it just makes infinite experience. It feels like an exploit, but like whatever, it never got fixed.
Yeah, and like there's not a ton of things that are broken in this mod pack by having that much experience, so it's not like the most abusive exploit, in my opinion.
We mostly use that for like actually enchanting stuff. This is the main side room we did for all the Eidolon stuff. This is the first mod pack that I played with Eidolon, and I really I have mixed feelings on it, like, because I think the aesthetic of it is great. I think a lot of the mechanics of it are great. I think how resistant it is to automation, particularly in this mod pack that really seems to want for you to be automating the Crucible. But also, like, the amount of, like, Endermen I had to summon towards the end were really rough when you can't automate this at all.
Yeah, like, not being able to hopper into these hands feels like an oversight.
Like, maybe there's something we're missing, but, like, I definitely don't feel like I missed anything on the Crucible. I just think it's really finicky in a way that is not conducive to automation. I don't feel like this is a mod that wants you to automate it, and that's fine. So it's...
That's not really, yeah. The problems we've had with Eidolon really aren't Eidolon's fault. It's more of like this mod pack wanted you to use Eidolon to make a lot of things, and it just like when I was making Dragon Breath, that shit was so ass.
Yeah, like when we did our moderate soul gem grind, we were just like tag teaming, doing it manually because that was faster. Like that was like more consistent than just like figuring out an automation solution to it. So like. I don't know, like, I would love to explore this mod more, like, maybe in, like, a more sandboxy mod pack that doesn't expect you to be automating it. Speaking of Eidolon, here's our, altar setup.
It used to be a chicken farm, that's why there's a fence around it. It did used to be a chicken
farm. We had a lot of trouble with combat progression in this mod pack because we did not know that the cardboard armor existed for an extremely long time.
We did not find out about the cardboard armor until easily like halfway through our 100 some odd hours. When I was watching someone else's Let's Play.
So like I don't know where we missed the memo on that one, but we were getting trucked by combat, so we were like really looking up different ways to progress. So like obviously like we've got Terra Steel, and we've got various trinkets. Oh, I don't have most of mine on. What else? Don't worry about that. So this was for... we needed to, like, make a pact with the Dark God for something, like writing Eidolon armor progression.
It was, like, steel armor?
I think it was making for... no, I think it was making the Unholy Inlays.
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't know weren't consumed, so I made 6 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Fairly... You know, that's a normal enchanting setup.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
And then our hole to the pool rooms.
Yeah, this is where the pool rooms are. Pool rooms update was pretty late on in our progression. It was after we started getting into Applied Energy 6.2, so it was mostly just kind of a cool exploration experience rather than anything meaningful for progression.
Yeah, we went in there once and got the eye, and then like we didn't have a reason to go back. Not even like we didn't even really need to go in there to farm quartz or gold or anything. We just used different supply chains for that. Yeah,
I mean we just didn't ever really need that much gold, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever automated it meaningfully because the way that you automate it with Eidolon is poop from a butt, so I didn't want to do that. And the eye that we're using. The pool rooms eye to skip from is the cryptic eye because it looks like it wants a lot of books and all the other eyes are faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the machine wall.
The wall of machines.
This is like so I can't figure out how to get Mechanism to behave with Applied Energy 6.2, but also like I couldn't figure out how to get power to transmit through AE2. So this is the mod pack that I've dealt with AE2 the most. I've played a bit of Divine Journey 2, which also has you get into Applied Energy 6, but I never got super far in that mod pack. So this is the most that I've dealt with it, and I just don't quite understand what it wants us to do with power. Okay, do we want to go into the scary room?
What's this?
The biblically accurate inscriber setup. So this is actually just copied mostly. This is mostly copied from the official A2 guidebook, except I swapped out the inscribers for multi-servo presses. This just works. It did make me into the Joker a little. I really hate how dyed cables work as a mechanic.
Yeah. And I just want to show the audience because I think it's funny. The way we were making singularities.
Oh God. Yes. So it turns out that you can just export water into a matter condenser and it will make singularities out of water. And for reasons, we currently have
1 million
buckets of water and counting. So it just works.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, let's go into the
Okay.
big room.
So this is the worst
This
thing
is
we've ever done.
it's the largest room that was close to where we set up at, so a lot of everything is in here.
Yeah, so this is our flow of time setup. Has it sold out, or did we finish making
Oh,
the eye?
the
Oh,
eye's
awesome!
finished.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's our last eye.
There you
See,
go. I'll
so
let you pick it up.
all of them except for the cryptic eye, which we're probably not doing. So we're gonna finish this mod pack in a few minutes. Wow, that means we really went over on flow of time.
Yeah, really over.
Huh.
Oh well.
Well, that's fine. It was very cheap. This is our old cobble generator.
Right
Yes.
next to our new cobble generator.
New cobble generator, we realized that Moyai are significantly more efficient than like a breaking, like an old setup. So
a classic cobble gen. Yeah, this
so
is the
this
Moyai
has-
muncher.
Yeah, 4,000 gas tiers, which I don't think we used a single one of, and almost 100,000 cobblestone, which chill. And behind it is the Infinity Rod duper. I'm trying not to kill myself on this. Which I feel clever about. So this should be a drawer and not a chest, but yeah, it just loops on itself. It's cool. OSHA doesn't exist in the back rooms. This is our starting crusher setup. We didn't know for a significant amount of this mod pack that crushers could be horizontal. We always thought they had to be vertical, so...
They just feel right when they're vertical.
Yeah, no, I understand.
The horizontal ones feel weird to me.
Yeah. This is not actually... This is not set to automate anything. We have a different crusher setup for automating, but a bunch of machines are just attached to this. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, the rolling mill. The original press used to be attached to this as well.
Did I go back here?
Yeah.
This is alloy setup.
Yeah, nondescript mixer. I use it to burn wallpaper into ash on occasion too.
Yeah. This is the setup we use for chromatic compounds. So it's got the bucket of liquid experience and then the blaze burner and the very lo-fi setup here. We thought we needed less chromatic compound than we did. So
yeah, and it's got pipes coming out of it to pipe over here because we were making experience bottles for that dynamo that eats experience bottles.
We needed a bunch for something else too.
Yeah, I've since ripped that down and we've still got like 6,000 in storage, so... this is where we make ghosts.
Yes, this is where I make ghosts. I am picking up time in a bottle.
Yeah, because they're still dropping out into the things, and you walked past it up there.
I see, that must be it, yeah. This is our machine that cuts carpet. Some kind of quirk of how carpet cutting is in this mod pack is that no matter where you are in the world, if this chunk is loaded and this cuts carpet, it shows up in the inventory of the nearest person.
Yeah. I removed all the knives because I was sick of getting carpeted no matter where I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, the carpet will just go into the inventory of whoever's closest to that machine when it cuts carpet.
Yeah. Do you want to explain
my
the elephant in the room?
So early on, we were having a lot of problems with food, and I was like, "Fine, I'll take it upon myself to do something about our food problem." And this horrible thing that you see in front of you is the result of that. So on the left, we've got some chickens. The chicken line is making barbecue on a stick, and past that, on the other side, there's cows, and the cow line is making loaded potatoes. It actually starts here in the middle where all the crops are coming from our cloche setup. The cloche setup's kind of back there, kind of raised where, like, if you look up into the left, Kylan, because you have a camera.
Hold on, I'm turning down friendly creature audio. Yes.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So if you see all those bamboo blocks over here, this is where our garden cloches are. This is where we're making all the wheat, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, so on and so forth. Our sheep farm is also here. This is for wool.
Yeah. So when we had channels on the cables, we had to make a lot of dense cables, and that was like 4 stacks of wool for a stack of dense cables. Since we no
Yeah.
longer are using channels, this is not really used as much anymore. I mean, we're still making cables, so like it gets on.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the food processing starts up here with these cloches, which everything drops from chutes down onto some lines, which bring it all the way to the chute tower. There's 3 2x2 drawers in here. You can't really see them.
Yep.
um and there's some horrible things going on here, like the wheat is outputted onto this depot, which is then taken up to this depot, which is then taken over to a depot over here, which is then yeah, there's so many arms. It's automatically breeding the cows and the chickens. Man. Let's see where. If you come down over here, Kyla, I'm behind you. There we go. That works too. So we've got outputs over here. There is like automatic cookers underneath the animals, so the stuff drops down and is outputted, and more arms take these. So like the raw beef is taken over to a deployer that cuts it into hamburger. The hamburger is dropped back up on top of the cows and is cooked and then put out onto this depot, which is then fed further into the horrible machine here. The potatoes need milk, so it also automatically milks the cows. What Kylam is standing on right now, actually, it was for making cheese to deliver a pizza to the elves.
Oh yeah, one of the eyes. Yeah, I had noticed the cheese stack over here.
Yeah, this is where it was making cheese. We didn't really need a lot of cheese, so I stopped filling the keg after a certain amount of time. But you had to spray the cheese mixture onto a honeycomb in order to make an unripe cheese. We've actually got some unripe cheese. You have to place them on the ground to age them. That's why there's a cheese stack. But yeah,
the majority of this room is that nightmare.
Yeah, the chickens are doing a lot of the same things as the cows. They're receiving crops. There's an automatic stick crafter up there because barbecue on a stick needs sticks. And also a lot of these make bone meal as a byproduct, which is also being delivered elsewhere.
Taking a lot of advantage about the fact that mechanical arms don't care about collision.
And mechanical arms are so cheap in this mod pack. It's like the fact that mechanical arms what is it? Let me look at the recipe really quick. Mechanical arms are just a brass casing and a wooden hand, and like wooden hands are just living wood and ash alloy in this mod pack. Like it's so free to just make a billion mechanical arms.
Yeah, which is you're only using for good, clearly.
Yes, I've never done a bad thing in my life with mechanical arms.
Yeah, this is just a very bog standard bulk haunting, washing, smelting setup. I don't think we really ended up using the bulk smelter much, but the bulk haunter and the washer got a fair bit of use.
Back when you needed a lot of stone, I was using that bulk smelter a lot because we were making it into andesite, into diorite, into quartz.
Yeah, when we needed a ton of quartz for something.
We've also got a brass setup right over here that we used like once, and we made all the brass we've ever needed for this mod pack.
Yeah, I think I made a stack each of the 2 types of casings, and especially since we don't have trains, we just haven't needed a lot of it. This used to be something else. I don't remember.
No, this is entirely the brass setup. I think.
Okay.
I think it made one other thing, but it was janky.
Oh, this is the honey setup.
Yep. This one is a schematic.
Yeah, we use this for ocean block.
Or stone block, yeah.
Stone block. Okay.
I really like this schematic because it does appear to be broken. I tried to flip it once, but it does have a button here where you can flip it, and it goes from making honeycomb into liquid honey, and that was really nice for stone block because we needed a lot of both items. So I ended up just using this schematic when I saw we needed honeycomb for the pizza. It turns out that this schematic is extremely overkill for the amount of honey you need for this mod.
Yeah, so I was thinking of a bunch of... It's there for moral support. Arc Furnace is here solely because it is enormous. This thing makes the worst noise I've ever heard in my life.
It's
so
bad.
That's cool. This is our original 2 steam boilers. We have other ones elsewhere. And as mentioned, they actually The creosote oil into an immersive engineering fluid pipe into mechanism pipes because we couldn't get it to export any other way.
Yeah, you can't export into the mechanism pipes. It's so disgusting.
Yeah. And we never got into fuel refining because we never automated oil, so we've just been creosote oil this whole time.
It's honestly not bad. We're only using 4 level 9 boilers to power our entire setup.
Yeah, which is crazy with how power hungry some of those machines are.
Yeah. And then obviously there's this wall of alternators right here. The stressometer is right over here. And as you can see, we are making full use of our 4 level 9 boilers. So this one's a bit of a walk.
Because again, no trains, so we just hoofed it for the infinite setups.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this one's not too far from our base, but it's still a little bit of a walk. Yeah, this one, it had its own boiler at one point, but obviously the boiler has long since run out of fuel.
This is when we discovered that you can put the crushing wheels sideways.
Yes, because we're struggling so bad with how low this ceiling was. Here. It's so yeah, and this is our zinc, I think. Yeah, zinc. Yeah, like look at how tight these holes is because it needed to be on this porous stone, right? Yeah, and so there's like a couple creeper spawners behind this wall that we've actually never bothered to get rid of. So...
Yeah, we just walled it up, whatever. So yeah,
there's just a small boiler here that was powering these 2 crushing wheels to make copper and zinc, but we made basically all the copper and zinc we ever needed, so we let this thing just kind of run out and turn off.
Yeah, we ended up using the iron a lot more, I feel like.
Yeah.
And the iron is not super close.
No, we moved the iron closer, remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
We briefly tried to do iron in the nether because it needs red carpet. But then we remembered you can't put water in the nether. That did not stop us.
Yeah!
That did not stop us later, as you'll find out. Yeah, so we kind of like set up around like a T intersection.
Yeah,
so kind of
because we definitely spent the most of our time in this room. Yeah. Oh yeah, the evil.
So this is Surge Quartz, Infinite Surge Quartz generator. We lucked into finding a full spudding Surge Quartz node and made a lot of advantage of the cardboard boxes from Mechanism to work really normally. For example, here. We never used the wall pierces. I didn't know the wall pierces existed until after we were doing this. You can just ooh, should I just demonstrate the stupid exploit?
Yeah, go ahead and demonstrate. Yeah, nothing matters.
Nothing matters. So you can, with a piston, a lever, and a cardboard box for Mechanism, you can make a headless piston, which is a bedrock breaker. So I can just put a hole in the wall. Wall piercer who? I saw that
barely nowhere
in a modded Minecraft video by I think Big Jim for All the Mods 10. And I was like, oh my god, that's revolutionary. So for specifically this mod pack where the whole gimmick is that you can't break the walls. So,
there was originally a small line of holes in this walls, but we have since expanded on it just to get our evil spaghetti out.
Yeah, so like again, like this is not a good spot for the semi controller, but I did commit to it. This is kind of like the main pattern terminal and crafting terminal. It didn't really need to be here, but this is just kind of where it ended up being. That's the story of my entire life. This is genuinely the main way I get into the side of the base was crawling through that hole. So this is my favorite bit of cheese is instead of dealing with actual digital storage, we have a digital storage drive 1 for liquids, and that's it. Create item vaults with storage buses on them. Don't need anything else. These have so much storage space. We have, wow, we have something in 7 of 8 of them.
Yeah,
which is a little impressive.
Yeah, we've long since actually started. I
Yeah.
remember last time I looked, we only had something in like 4 out of 8 of them.
Like these just soar so much that it just doesn't is an issue. Like it's originally 8
And
because
like show off how long they are. Like these
yeah,
are max
these are max
size.
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 8 additionally because you're playing with channels, and now that we're not playing with channels, we can just expand it, but don't need to. Never needed to. This is the auto crafting, querying setup. Again, this is also set up with having channels in mind. We mostly played like there were channels. The crafting storage, I just did 16k because everything past that's a little absurd to craft. And we ended up never needing more than 8 16k, like these multi-blocks, more than enough. And then the molecular assembler setup, I actually ended up using half of this, which is really funny with how excessive I was doing. It's like freaking out doing the infinite frog lights thing again.
Oh, weird. You were, yeah, and you went, like, insane building these, so the fact that you only used half of them is...
Again, that I wouldn't sing specifically because I was trying to do 32 channels, to fully use one of these cables. And
that's
figuring
right,
that out
yeah.
like, sucked really bad to do, so...
Right here? Oh, look, there's a nice little hallway. No, this was a fake wall that we didn't know about after hours of using this room.
Yeah, we just tripped into here.
I was working on this create line, and I remember I was like building a machine right here, and I like slipped into the wall, and I was like, what the fuck? And there was just a whole extra room back here.
You were very late to finding out that invisible walls existed. I think I saw that in a video. This is more just automation setup. This is for deployer placing stuff. This thing has been broken the whole time, and I just don't worry about it.
And this one makes blaze cakes, but we never really got into transporting stuff between the nether and the overworld. It was like not realistic for us to use blaze cakes as fuel because there was no easy way for us to get like netherrack into the overworld.
Yeah.
So like I made this to make a bunch of blaze cakes for the few crafts that we needed to be superheated, but like it's never really seen a lot of use.
I gotta mention also, I'm obsessed with the troll physics funnel setup. So how a bunch of stuff. Granted, the vast majority of the create stuff. Create wasn't a mod that I really had much. I had mostly negative experiences with create going in this mod pack, and then I like had a side quest where I just like sat down playing all the mods and learned how to play create. So like I like the mod a lot more now, but generally it's Grant's realm, and then we just split up mods like that. So I did all of AE2. Granted, all of create. You did all of Botania. You've done mechanism in previous mod packs, but this time I did mechanism, and I kind of
yeah. Oh my god, I built the nuclear reactor in stone block.
Yeah, like I typically do Tinker's constructs and immersive engineering.
Yeah, the troll physics funnels is one of my favorite things. It came in a lot of handy with this mod pack where you can't like just easily clear out more space around your machines.
It's like so. Like, a lot of the criticism I see for this mod pack is that it kind of just becomes like a box standard automation mod pack past the point, but I think it never truly gets to that point because the limited space that you have to exist in is so pervasive and never really defeated, especially if you're like us and we didn't, we spread out and we were always in these actual hallways and small rooms rather than finding a really big room.
Yeah, like I'm sure it would just be a bog standard automation mod pack if you just went into like that one mega room with the huge space.
Yeah, the chunk error room.
Yeah, we call that the chunk error room because the first time we saw it, we thought it was a chunk error.
So this is our iron setup. Because again, we found this room and there's carpet, but over here is...
Yeah, we moved this because this is the reason why we have 1 million buckets of water.
Yeah. Really normal. You could have tested this a lot better. I haven't actually been over here yet.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was just for the boiler expansion, and I thought that this was how much water that all those boilers wanted. But as indicated by the 1 million water in our storage, that's not how much water.
Yeah, it's fine. It worked out. Wanted. Yeah, you just need 2 source blocks of water next to an accumulator, and you have 4. So it doesn't matter. Yes, our actual iron setup, because again we found this super late and there's just carpet right here, so might as well
Yeah, because our old iron farm was quite a bit of a hike away from the
Yeah.
base.
We
So
kept
this one
getting
being
lost trying to find it. It was really bad.
yeah, this one being a lot closer to the base ended up being really nice because we could run all of our cables to it and forget about it. And there was also a lot more space here if we ever needed it, but we never
we
did.
never needed it. That's the one thing that I think is interesting about this mod pack is that like, there's automation challenges, but I think the challenge is a lot in like getting to the machines to make the new stuff rather than making a large amount of stuff. So like we could get away with never really making trains because we didn't need large amounts of iron for the most part. This is
Yeah.
a Sonic
Our-
nightmare.
Our SNAD powered bamboo farm. So yeah, I built this too, and it was kind of like I watch a lot of like Minecraft YouTubers, so I have a lot of like conceptual knowledge of like how redstone works, but I don't have a lot of like practical experience redstoning. So like this was really my first time like making like, you know, repeater clocks and stuff to power the SNAD to make the bamboo grow and stuff. There's some more troll physics funnels there. There's a what's it called? Accumulator picking up bamboo, but it's using the troll physics funnels to get the bamboo into a drawer, which is then dropping on the ground, which is getting picked up by another funnel. It's bad. It's another nightmare caused by the space and the inability to break blocks to make more space, because I didn't want to rip up the whole bamboo farm just to move it a few blocks up. So instead I just kind of like made a shitload of funnels, and then I have another mechanical arm that just picks up all the bamboo and delivers it to the machine.
I hate being shot of this thing.
Yeah, we can leave
It's a really
now.
loud one. This is the Froglight farm, which you are extremely proud of, and also our bone sniffer.
Yeah,
He wants to
I'm.
kill
Let me.
himself so bad.
Oh, he keeps trying to jump into that
The cobble is
smelter.
so that the sniffer doesn't jump in the smelter.
Yeah, I'm gonna move him aside so he's not in the way.
Also,
yeah,
over here, a frog got out of the.
Yeah, frog got out of the Froglight farm, so you know they're friends.
Yeah, they're buddies.
So yeah, there's this tinker smelter which melts down the magma into the liquid magma and pours it out here into a bucket, and the bucket is deposited onto this.
Let me request some frog lights.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the yeah, okay, so the smelter has filled up with magma blocks, and they are currently melting, and then when they melt, they will get poured out into this bucket. Just gotta wait for them to melt. There it goes. And then it will, once it's full, the bucket goes onto the depot. The arm delivers it to the frogs, and there's a block placer there. The block placer has to be placed so it drops
Can the sniffer move?
So the automatic block placer has to place the magma creams horizontally, like the way it's oriented now. Before, when I had the block placer dropping them vertically, just one block above the frogs, the magma cubes would die on impact. And so I was really devastated at first because I had it designed with the vertical in mind, and I was like, I wasn't sure how to automate getting the cubes in, but I just tried putting it horizontal, and it worked, and I was so relieved. There's a funnel on the other side which drops the empty buckets, which get picked up by a backpack with a magnet upgrade and then put back into the system.
Sophisticated backpacks are so broken.
Yeah, sophisticated backpacks are really good. We use them elsewhere as well, just as like ways to get items. The frogs are on a mud block. This is just vanilla mechanics, since mud blocks aren't a full block. When the frogs drop the frog lights, it's picked up by the hopper under the mud block and put into this drawer. And yeah, I'm really proud of how this came out. I like how compact it is. You know, I could even make it more compact if I knew like what I was doing in the future. But you know, I'm just pleased to bits, because this would be really annoying to just like manually sit here and feed them a bunch of magma cubes every time you needed frog lights.
I needed like so many for the infused alloys. Like I think expect you to automate this is probably one of the craziest demands this whole mod pack has.
Yeah, you know, I know what like a vanilla Froglight farm looks like, but like this mod pack doesn't have the way to make that because you can't get like you magma cubes don't spawn in the Nether. You can't get magma cube spawners, so you can't build a vanilla Froglight farm. So you have to like figure out how to automate pouring the magma into the buckets like this, and then figure out and like deployers like create deployers will just put pools of magma on the ground. They won't spawn the magma cubes, so it's like a relief that this block placer spawns the magma cubes, honestly.
That would have been so unreasonable because I think we've probably used over 1,000 fragments.
Yeah, it's the actually subtractions block placer. I've never really interacted with actually subtractions meaningfully. Has saved us so much time with that one block alone.
Yeah, I think this is the mod pack that I've most worked with actually subtractions or its old version actually additions because I've never touched the Empower before this mod pack either. Or really the Atomic Reconstructor or something. I never. Like, I knew about them, but I never messed with them.
Yeah,
it's a cool mod.
Never. Yeah, I definitely all the machines from actually subtractions that I've had to use in this mod pack have been worth using.
Yeah, Block Placer's really good.
Yeah, as you can see, this is part of the junction that connects to the original cube room, so it's just right across the hall from the cube room. We just go through the wall in the main room because it's faster than walking around.
It's fast. Oh yeah, this room. So this is our automated. This was my problem. You did the crusher setups and I did the
yeah. I built the crushers. Yeah.
Oh, you did that over there.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah, so these are all dedicated assembly line setups.
This is about half of both of us, I would say.
This is the most I touched create, I think, in this mod pack.
Yeah.
These are dedicated assembly line setups for there's like 4 different machines that you need a ton of that all need to be assembly lines. So like electronic components, light engineering, heavy engineering, and advanced components. Dedicated lines for those because they all need different amounts, and you also need a lot of them when you need them, so nothing special. I think I wanted to use the schematic and then I ended up having to rip up the schematic and doing it all by scratch instead because, again, I wanted it to be using AE2 and that wasn't going to happen otherwise.
Yeah.
And then on your end...
just as a fun note, our spawn room is this room right here.
So we broke the power at some point, but yeah, this is our actual spawn.
Yeah, so it's not too, even though so we didn't really go far before we chose somewhere to settle, but it's ended up working in our favor because the amount of times we've eaten shit and died, and like being able to let me look. Number of deaths 41.
I'm at 21.
Yeah,
you're a lot braver than me. So you die a lot more.
Yeah, I'm usually the one who like goes into the skulk zones and then gets fucking eaten alive. So it's been pretty nice being right next to our spawns so that we can just run straight back to our storage and get our stuff and go.
This is our second boiler setup. We moved down here because we thought we were gonna have to scale up a lot more than we ended up needing to.
This was originally going to be an infinite crude oil pit, but we didn't know about the invisible light blocks, and I got really mad when it didn't read as an infinite pit. And then, like, by the time we figured out about the invisible light blocks, I didn't really want to like fill this whole thing with cobblestone and then dig it out to destroy all the light blocks. So we had long since given up on like crude oil at that point, basically. And so that's why we never used this space for other buildings, because for like 80 hours this was full of like 500 buckets of crude oil.
Yeah, so like that is a fresh reality frame. We just did the black hole singularity stuff this play session. I'm glad I did that because I wasn't aware that the black hole was permanent, and that would have destroyed a reality frame setup.
That is true. That would have been devastating.
Really
we can go down really quick. I meant to double jump so I didn't take fall damage. Just down here is the infinite lava farm.
Yeah, it's just a pretty standard dripstone.
Yeah, it's a vanilla dripstone lava farm with crate pipes underneath, and then all that's getting pumped up to a mechanism tank at the top that has a storage bus attached.
So, gotta say, these Raven cloaks from Eidolon are clutch as hell. I love these things.
I am obsessed with these Raven cloaks. It's gonna feel so bad when I go to any other mod pack and I don't have the Raven cloak. I'm playing it. I'm playing a different mod pack with some other friends right now, and I constantly try to dodeca jump or whatever.
Yeah, it's so nice. Huge quality of life.
But yeah, there's.
What's left up here?
There's just these two crushers. These ones are just for automating crushing things. So the first one we showed you in our original room, you know, that's the one that we use for miscellaneous stuff. And then this one has like a bunch of patterns going into it, so like we can automatically crush stuff on demand.
Yeah, there's like 20 different recipes, which is why it's split into two.
Yeah.
It's still a huge bottleneck a lot of the time, but like whatever.
I do actually. Oh, the Nether.
Yes, the Nether. Oh boy.
There aren't 200 blazes in our Nether right now, so it's fine.
Yeah. So one of the things about this mod pack is the Nether is really flammable. So
yeah.
we've had
some incidents
in the past with summoning blazes, and then I accidentally leave the server on overnight, and we come back because this is chunk loaded, and we come back and there's 200 blazes. That only happened twice.
Yeah, that's why there's a glass panic room built around the portal, so that when you enter the Nether, if there's 200 wild blazes, you don't immediately get set on fire.
So I love. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. I got scared because this loves to turn off. This is a schematic that I think we only use the gantry setup from.
No, we used the whole schematic. The schematic printed the whole thing.
Yeah.
We did make. Oh no, we did add these, didn't we?
Yeah. So the Empower stuff is me.
Yeah.
This dog shit evil upper setup is me because the original schematic wanted conduits and I wasn't doing that.
Yes, that's right. And then I added this mechanical arm to to distribute the confusing powder, because the mechanical arm does it in a round robin.
Almost out of confusing powder. Not like it matters, but
not like it matters. Yeah, I remembered looking at that earlier. We could always, if we really cared, move the other drawer in here. This is the power for in here. You know, it's got its own boiler setup. You have to come in here and check it regularly so it doesn't turn off, because again, we never automated moving stuff in and out of the Nether. About 2,000 blocks of stripped bamboo lasts about 4 to 5 hours. So, you know, we don't have to check it that often. We just have to, you know, remember that we do check it and not let it. Because, you know, turning these things back on is a pain.
We tend to only play this mod pack for about 5 or 6 hours at a time, so it's just kind of remembering at the beginning or end of a session.
Yeah.
So about not being able to. The thing that should have stopped us from having the reality frame in here.
Yeah, that's right. It was the mechanism cardboard boxes again, right?
I think this was, so mechanism cardboard box and like a waterlogged staircase.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, waterlogged staircase. Yeah.
So we just smuggled some water over.
And then you could destroy the staircase and it keeps the source block. So yeah, we smuggled some water into the Nether. And then yeah, we've got the whole reality frame. There's the storage in the back of the reality frame. This was also part of the schematic, although I have since expanded it.
Yeah, it was like really messy in the schematic because it didn't retain the information on the drawers very well. This evil trim path is the schematic, though. Well, this half isn't.
Part of it is, yeah. This goes to the backpack.
Yeah,
this goes to the backpack that collects all the stuff from the chests, like when we do the sandstone or the Nether Fortress.
Yeah.
There is I think we can access it, actually. Yeah, we can access it through right here if we do the cardboard box. There's just a backpack. I think it might be right above these. There's just a backpack with a magnet upgrade that picks up everything that drops out of the chest, because the drills don't pick up things that drop out of the chests.
You can tell by this path here that as soon as we found out about the cardboard armor, we did not use it for good things.
Dude, the cardboard armor is such a game changer.
So, you can see that. Oh, Jesus!
Yep.
Sorry.
It starts
withering
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to show the backpack.
I think you can safely stand in the doorway.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see the backpack there.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. And then
So
yeah, these paths, Kylam dutifully built, and then a
then
lot of
we
them
set
got
on
burnt
fire, yeah,
down.
because
Yeah, but
I used the most plentiful block we had, which was bamboo planks. I didn't think that the Nether would be caught on fire by 100 blazes, you know.
yeah, and they go to our various nether portals, which we've never labeled. We were like, oh, this is the one that goes to our
Yeah,
amethyst
so
geode,
like
right?
this hold on. So this it's this one is the closest oil we found.
Yes, and that was kind of a short fly in the nether, but that was a really long walk
Yeah,
in the
you know, the whole like
overworld.
yes,
8
into
blocks
another.
in
Yeah,
the
this is like
yeah.
really far. We spent like we searched a long time to see any oil. Like our seed is just cursed.
Yeah,
And then
and
over
then
there's a amethyst seed.
yeah, and then of course classics of Minecraft. Once we found this oil, we kept finding oil every time we went exploring. So that was fun.
I love the nether in this mod pack. It is so cool.
The book rooms is really inspired.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. But yeah, now I think that's about everything.
I think so, yeah. Our fucked up and evil nether setup is just so memorable.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen anyone else playing this mod pack set up the reality frames in the nether. Because, well, one, I set this up. This was my idea. I set this up thinking that we'd do more than one reality frame, but we ended up not really needing that much resources.
No, yeah, we just switched it every time we needed something new.
Yeah. And that just worked out fine. But yeah, I really think that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, it did get built in the nether as well because we just didn't have any rooms tall enough.
Yeah, because when we were doing this, that big hole room was a pool full of oil.
Oh, man. Do I even know how to go back to the closest portal room?
We need 12 eyes, right? I'm smart?
Yeah, 12 eyes.
Okay. So, that's all. I do think, overall, this is my favorite mod pack. I'm just so charmed by the theme of it. I'm not a backrooms person. I think it's a little cringe. But I think that the commitment to the bit for this mod pack is so well done, and they just so regularly, even when we were like really late stage, we just kept getting like really delightful surprises, right?
Mm-hmm. And this isn't to say like we're definitely experienced with like Minecraft mod packs. Kylan plays a lot more than I do in terms of diversity of mod packs, but it's like we've played our fair share of FTB. We've made our fair share of singularities. We've done our super complex crafting chains, and we've even dabbled in our fair share of expert mod packs. And this one can be considered an expert mod pack with the way so many recipes are changed. To be fair,
I would consider this expert light.
So, like, it's not like this is our first mod pack just because it went really viral, but, it is, I would definitely agree with Kylam as being one of my favorite mod packs that I've played to date, because it's like, not only was it like consistently surprising us, it's just so consistent with what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like it never really feels like it sacrifices what it wants to be in order to do anything with the late game grind. Like all of its grinds feel like they're part of the cohesive whole mod pack.
Yeah, it's so like I've said, it never really stops being about living in the back rooms.
And I think for us that was definitely enhanced by like our tight quarters. Like it's entirely possible we could have just gotten bored and thought this was a samey mod pack if we just built in a chunk error room and where we had infinite space. But like having to like work around our confined spaces, find spaces tall enough for the machines we wanted to build, wide enough for the machines we wanted to build. Like in our original industrial room there, you saw how I built a second layer for the cloches and the sheep farm. Like it was really fun working within the space that we had. That was definitely one of my favorite parts.
And like we've played and I would say beaten FTB Ocean Block 1, Stowe Block 3, Inferno. Man, I could really get into Inferno.
Yeah.
Inferno is one of the most missed potential mod packs. That's outside of this.
It's outside of this. We're both huge fans of mine colonies. FTP Inferno is like one of the few high profile per progression mod packs that uses mine colonies. So, you know, we wax poetic about it all the time.
So like, I feel like it's hard to tell how much Minecraft you've played just because nothing really keeps track of it. But I think I've probably played more modern Minecraft than any other video game in my entire life, and like I'm in my 30s. That's a lot of Minecraft. So it's really high praise that I really like this mod pack this much. Okay, do we want
For sure.
Do you want to get there?
It's really close to us. I just don't know what direction we have to go out in to find it.
It's fine. I can edit it if we get lost.
I feel like in part of my heart it is in this direction, but
I believe you.
I usually am the navigator, so
yeah.
This is where the old iron farm was, as you can see.
You can see
even the water for the old boiler was. Yeah. Okay, well it says heart in this direction, so. Oh, there's a skull in this direction. There's a lot of skulls.
That could mean anything.
That could be it. I got so jump scared I threw my mouse.
What was that?
Oh my god, I wasn't even in my Terra Steel armor. Holy shit.
You could have just died.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude. My heart rate drop.
You're telling me.
Turns out 4 skulls just won't stop us.
We're like, that could be anything.
Yeah. The amount of skulls.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
This one's right next to a warden room. I remember this one. I think it's this direction.
We killed the warden here, right?
We killed the warden here. We also scrubbed this room. Yeah. We scrubbed the hell out of this room. So this is the
first?
Yeah, this was the... Oh, whoa! Okay.
40-second death for the road.
Yeah, I gotta remember which one of these portals goes to that one. There we go. Now I'm in my Terra Steel armor. But yeah, this was the first portal room we ever found, and we removed a lot of the shriekers, but there are still a few shriekers in this room, so. We
quickly realized there really isn't a point to
yeah.
unless we were going for the eye, so let me get my hotbar. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, that looks really cute.
Yeah, I like that it's different eyes. This is the first time I've like completed and remastered also. Alright.
Yippee!
Goodbye, backrooms.